Samoa won here in Hong Kong was in 1993. Fiji want to take over the mantle that England had for the last 4 playings. Before that, New Zealand, Fiji last won here in 1999. And Keith Quinn, it's a grand finale for the maestro, isn't it?
Especially, Nigel, the way he played in the semi-final, balancing the ball as he ran in for the try under the post to beat the arch rivals New Zealand to get to this grand final.
The referee is 33-year-old engineering manager Chris Rooney from Palmerston North in New Zealand, who's been a regular on the IRB circuit for the last 2 years. Fiji it is, and their South Sea Island rivals. Fiji versus Samoa. The play on is allowed because Naivo came through to play the ball, although it didn't go 10 meters. And this is the key to the game, the possession, the battle. And I sense that, as happened earlier this year in Wellington, Samoa will try and repeat those tactics of giving Fiji no space, taking them on.
Absolutely, it's the way to beat Fiji. And what a dramatic match they played that day in Wellington, that night in Wellington, that sent the sparks flying through the South Pacific. Can they do the same in Asia to climax a wonderful 3 days here?
Uali Mai, the switch with Lola Lui, who'll be a heavily marked man, just as the other number 7 will be in Vutango for Fiji. Away now, though, via the Senyo to Uali Mai. Clever player, lovely offload, Palala. And rather Pessamino with the opening score in a flash. Pessamino, who's been a thorn in the flesh of so many, with 23 tries. That's his 24th in this series. And what a start for Samoa.
And how brilliantly it was done by this man, the IRB's Sevens Player of the Year last year. He drew in 2 defenders, cleared space for Pessamino, and Pessamino really enjoyed this one. It was a run-in, but there's been a lot of mistakes in the pressure in the semi-finals and quarter-finals today, but he made no mistake.
All of them based in Samoa, the players here. This is one of the younger men at 22, Pessamino, and the conversion is superb. So Lola Lui adds the points, throws the gauntlet down to Fiji.
So there's Diki Tafua on the sideline, getting everybody on edge, ready for the next phase. As Uali Mai restarts from halfway, it's Samoa 7, Fiji 0. 10 minutes each way, remember, in this final. And a nice pick up there going through. Uali Mai again. Such a dangerous man, and that's a second try inside the first 2.5 minutes of the final for Samoa. They have rocked Fiji back on their heels.
Well, worries for Waisali Sarevi, but he'll acknowledge, I'm sure, the talent, the skills, the distribution, and then the eye for the gap of the little playmaker Uali Mai. Watch how he takes this here at the breakdown, and then a great offload. It was Pessamino again, and then he takes on Ryder. Ryder's not the biggest man by a long distance, and he fancied his chances to drive it home, taking the flying Fijian with him. The handoff helped, but he had the momentum as well. The perfect start at 12-0.
Well, they couldn't have asked for a better start to the final, but remember, there's an awful long way to go, and 12 points can be gathered in by the opposition, especially one as talented as Fiji is. But it's 2 tries, early advantage coming up for Samoa. They lead by 12-0.
Start of a normal 7. Here is Lola Lui trying to tie in some of the big men in the Fijian squad. They've dominated possession so far. The gap, and Senyo it is who goes through, collared by Vutango. 3-2. This is Trevoranis. Takes 2 to stop him. Lola Lui on hand. Uali Mai sees 4-2 out wide. It must be a score for Pessamino again. He goes in past Stefani Thakau. This is a fairy tale start for the Samoans. 3 tries to 0.
And it's all happening down in this corner. Pessamino, most tries in the tournament. That's 9 for him now. And my word, what again, controlled passing out wide. And Fiji, not only have they conceded 3 early tries, they haven't been out of their own defensive zone. Pessamino in the same corner.
Extraordinary, this shell-shocked Fiji must be. Injury to Trevoranis while we're watching this replay, by the way. He's having a bit of attention. But Michele Pessamino, the 22-year-old from Apia, the capital of these friendly islands. And they must have dreamed of this start. And Pessamino there, look, this season, just 4 behind Ryder. If there's someone who could turn it round, it's the man who stands above him in that chart, William Ryder. But he hasn't had a touch of the ball yet, and scarcely have Fiji.
2 tries for Pessamino in this volcanic start. Look at that. How many passes have Fiji connected with so far in the game? And we're over halfway through the first half. A big fat 0. Ualimai kicking 17-0. And once again, oh, that's come off a lost forward coming off the blue early on. And so here at last is a chance for Fiji to invent something, to create something, to try and fight back. What have they got to offer? The rampant Samoa team. Well, they quickly turned the scrum, and the referee didn't like it. And so away goes Budango up towards halfway. Tough running forward by Number. They're into Samoa territory. No, they're not. And they've done it again. This is how they won the game. Remember that night in Wellington, Nigel? They shut down at the very start every opportunity that Fiji had.
17-14 on that occasion over Fiji. Fiji then turned it round. They had space the next time they met them in a final in San Diego and beat them 38-24. So it's finely balanced, but I don't think anyone, least of all even Samoa's greatest fans, would have thought of 17-0 at this point.
Ualimai. Lolalui. Oh, wide outside. Beautiful run here by Mirfao. And it's going to be try number 4. The hits keep on coming.
Well, now it's a case of keeping their feet on the ground as they run riot. Jerry Meafu played his first Hong Kong tournament a year ago. And my word, look at this. Just almost dispatching the would-be challengers with disdain. 4 tries to 0, and still we're in the first half with 2.5 minutes to go. Powerfully built, aren't they all? Their upper body strength belies perhaps their physique at times. They're not that tall, but they're powerful upper bodies. And here's Lola Louis with the conversion just wide. It stays at 22-0. And celebrations already, but don't anticipate anything when you're facing Fiji with a full half of 10 minutes plus 2 minutes remaining of this first half. But 22-0, it would require a Houdini-like act to escape from this trauma.
And they'll be very proud in the Kairau club in Wanganui in New Zealand, where Jerry Meafu played so much of his rugby, originally from Scopa in Apia. Again, from the kickoff, it's gone on the side of Samoa. Pessamino, chased by Vakau. And some of these great Fijian runners haven't seen the ball to run with. Here's a chance for them now. Where is William Ryder? He's waiting at the end of this one. Vola giving it to Ryder. This magic young player, real talent, new star and all that. But if they can't get him the ball, he can't shine.
It's been a chapter of errors and a loss of possession again for Fiji. It's costing them so dear. A little knock on the ground, and Vola looking distraught. And Ualimai just in no hurry at this stage. But 0-22, they have Fiji still on the rack.
Just seconds remaining till half-time. And again, probing the blind side, Lola Louis. Back goes Budango. Louis is going to keep on him, close him down, the two number 7s. There it is, down and pressurized. Vola gets it away. Here is Ryder. Can he create space further outside? No, it's Rocco who's lost it. And it's another one for Pessamino. The referee played an advantage, and he cannot believe it. That's a hat trick, Michele Pessamino.
Well, here's the new star today. The wiles of Uali Mai we know all about, but recognise the talents of this youngster who has put a hat-trick over Fiji in a final in the space of 10 minutes. Absolutely extraordinary, and it's 27 points to 0. So often it's been so close when these two have met. This is only their third meeting in a cup final, and there we go again.
Taunting the Fijians as he goes in for number 3, and I suppose you've got to say, and why not? There it is, half-time in the Cathay Pacific Credit Suisse Hong Kong Sevens Final 2007. And can you believe that scoreline? 27-0 to Samoa.
I was just thinking, Keith, that back end of last season they met in the London final. Just looking up the scoreline, 54-15. It's hard to believe, isn't it? And that was a victory, should I add, for Fiji. Here we are, a matter of less than a year later, and we're in the final, and it's tables turned if ever. Doesn't need to say much other than keep your feet on the ground.
And the man to the right, the former international scrum half, Rudolph Moores. This is the team that's taken them to the top. And no players of influence from New Zealand. That label can't be tagged to this team. Lots of support in the stands. Samoan flags waving proudly. And why not at 27-0? It's unbelievable, really, Nigel, that this margin.
Who would believe it? Well, Fiji have got to start from scratch. Say we've got 10 minutes to do something. And first and foremost, they've got to win some possession and eliminate the errors. But against Samoa, that ain't easy. William Ryder. But again, no possession. Naevo this time didn't win a restart. That's his speciality. And Samoa have possession via Trevor Annis away from Senio. And up the middle is Lola Louis. Now it's on from Meafu. And again, they do need to do nothing in a hurry. Just repeat the dose. Trevor Annis in the middle, a very good workhorse he is, and Kylie, and the maestro of their squad is Uali Mai here. That went forward, although we've got another fool running across the pitch. We'll ignore that. I'm not sure what referee Chris Rooney is doing here.
He just stopped the game, I think. Nigel, there was a fool who ran on a diagonal run, fully clothed fool, by the way. Yeah. Ran just across.
And an injury too, which he's now drawn attention to. Pessamino, is it?
Yes, looks like it.
Well, he's done his bit, but they'd like him to stay there.
Well, what role can he play in the remainder of the game? Would he come on as he did against New Zealand in the semi-final? There's a little note being handed to the refereeing staff, and looks like Nambaliwanga is going to come on. Nambaliwanga.
Pessamino back on his feet. That pause, perhaps allowing Fiji to regroup, and they need to do just that. Great talent, Lapani, but Napuliwanga. That's the problem. As Vola Vola departs the scene. Ualimai to feed.
Pause, engage.
9 minutes to play. Lola Louis into contact. They don't mind that, as long as they retain possession, which they've done again with Mikaele. Mikaele takes two Fijians with him. That's how they operate so effectively. Ualimai went backwards. This is Senyo. Again, two men. Naivo and Thakau. But the ball is not released quickly enough. Nabuliwaka, his first touch in this final, cleverly spins through a tackle, gets away. Can he find support? He might need it here. Wide out it comes, and it's Rocco. He'll get in. The speech. Oh no! That's the way it's going for Fiji. The ball released from his grasp as he went over the line.
Desperate lunge in defence, and I think that dislodged the ball. Have a look at this. Pessamino, yes, he banged at the ball with his free hand, and that's a knock-on as it spilled out of Rocco's hand. But now he's down again.
Is that 12 white? Yeah, he's going now.
Looks like quite a serious knee twist there.
Someone on, or we're starting the game because he's out of play.
The game will continue. You heard the referee saying, because he's out of play. There's Pessamino, and there's his tally. 3 behind Ryder.
Okay?
We haven't seen Ryder at all. Is he going to come back on?
Is he coming or not?
The referee's still asking the question. They haven't put a replacement on the field yet.
He's jogging down the baseline of the dead ball area, and looks like he wants to stay in the game. So here is Lola Louis trying to crash it out of defence. Flag is up there, so it'll be a Fiji throw in. They've got the giant Naivo there at over 2 metres tall to reach out of the night sky and secure possession, but they still have a 0 against their name, and that's gone on the Samoan side.
Taken back, scrum.
Scrum this time. All of this, of course, is occupying time, and we've had 2.5 minutes in the second spell, and no change since half-time. 27-0 to Samoa.
No. White ball. Touch, pause, engage. No, we're going to stand up. We're going to reset that.
Well, all this again, we must make reference to the time it takes to set these.
No,
it's stopping the opportunity for Fiji to start.
Not up. Crouch. Touch,
under 7 minutes to play now in the final. And Budanga goes around to score the first points for Fiji. So they've started. How much more can they produce in this enormous task ahead of them to try to get close to and challenge the total of 27 that Samoa have?
Classic little scrum half try from the blindside run, but remember, they needed 4 converted tries to get ahead.
And William Ryder has kicked a goal, so they are now 20 points behind. It's still 3 tries and a long way to go. 27-7, Samoa in the lead.
And only 6 minutes remaining. They need 3 converted tries if they're to get ahead. It would be some sort of a rugby miracle. Naevo misses, but there's a knock-on advantage here to Fiji. But they don't want scrums, they want quick possession. They've got to score every 2 minutes. And Samoa will dwell, they won't hurry. Why should they when they lead by 20?
Crouch, touch,
Busango with the feed.
Engage.
The new man this season. Is there something magic from Ryder? Not on this occasion. He goes on to Nabuliwanga, looking for the switch. Rocco held. And this is where Samoa are good at slowing things down, indeed perhaps turning over, but
Lying
with
on the player, 8 blue. You're lying
an
on the
illegitimate fashion. Desperate now are Fiji. Slipshod handling, it's well flicked away by Saravanua. Chance for Buthango, and wide is Thekau. That's a second one back. Don't yet count Fiji out. 27-12, and still 5 minutes to play.
They're halfway up the mountain. And this one came from keeping cool under pressure, passing and securely catching. And Setefano Thekau is in for the try. Kick is away, they have to take it quickly. So Ryder misses again, 27-12. Still 3 tries away from grabbing any lead. As Treviranus goes to the sideline and is substituted.
Time off. What are we saying? Blue 9. 9.
Apello Faumna is come on.
He's calling blue 9 off. Subs bench, you're confusing me.
I think they want Pessamina to go off.
He's down the back, guys. He's down the back.
He is already off, right down at the end of the ground, away to the left. Play resumes, 27-12. Samoa still even. There is Naivo again, missing the kick through. He seemed to tip that one forward, but the referee hasn't called it. Ngambuli Wanga, enormous strength. The referee in perfect position to see this one. Is it able to be cleared for the try? Buthango has it right there, almost against the paint. Flings it wide. Ryder will go in. Another one back. But still a long way to go, and the clock continues to tick. 27-70. This is the handiest kick he's had so far, and it's hooked away to the left, so he's not been so successful. We look at this one again coming out along the back line, and there was a good man to give it to because he has a lot of speed, but he didn't need to go too much wider. 27-17. That means though 2 tries in 3 minutes, and Fiji are the winners. Oh, it's all on here.
Fiji with the restart, bit far that time, but piling in to Whainga. Fiji come again, crowded behind them now. They're the underdogs as Saravanua drives to the 22. They desperately need quick possession. They have it. Wide out is Antonio Namba. Ticks to 2.5 minutes. Samoa
Captain,
have the throw-in.
delay it on the mark line.
Do not delay it, quite rightly, says referee Rooney. And now it's Samoa who needs some possession to calm nerves. Dicky Tafua looks on almost enigmatically. Is this to be a famous occasion for Samoa after that tremendous first half that, well, just swept Fiji aside? But Fiji have come back throughout this second half. But Samoa will do nothing in a hurry here. They'll just try and play out time, retain possession. There's a knock-on, and it's a turnover ball. And here are Fiji. There's one on here with Ryder. Ryder spills it out to Saravanua, and that's 4 tries back. And they're up to 22 points to Samoa's 27. There's a minute 37 seconds remaining. This would be rugby's great escape, but it's not complete yet. Nor is the kick. It stays with 1 try difference and 1 minute 20 to play.
And look at them turning and looking at the clock to see 1 minute and 15 seconds left. The question now is not so much can Fiji score it, it's can Samoa hold on. Well, hold on. Both of those factors are in the last minute of play. There is Naivo's tipped it ahead. That's a knock-on. He has had no luck at all with the swinging arm. That one tipped off his fingers and went forward. It's a scrum with Samoa's ball. We look at the clock, 50 seconds to play. A 5-second lead to the team in blue at the moment.
Don't go up. Don't Don't give away forward.
Pressure on everyone here. Pressure on the two teams with their different aims right now. Pressure on the referee, Ualimai. They take it into occupied time. They know what they're doing. Ualimai again. Crushed forward by Senio. Up towards halfway. 20 seconds to play. Penalty to Fiji. They must score quickly. 20 seconds in which to do it. 15 seconds. Ryder's the only one really who can do it. He offloads. Vudango to Ryder again. They're trying to cook up something here. Is set the front of the cow. Gives it to Big Novo. He's not the speedster. Look at the tackle come in from Senio. But it's still in play. Here they come. Nambuliwanga. The defence is secure at the moment.
Leave it! Stay there.
Has it gone to Samoa? Yes. Referee has said it's not over.
There's a knock on.
Yes, he does.
It is.
Samoa. 27 points to 0 at half-time. Hang on. 27-22. The great man, the coach, the player coach, could not do it, but look at the effort that Samoa had to do to create this famous victory.
Well, another chapter in the history of the Hongkong Sevens. You could not have written that one. Just one last moment, I thought, as Nambuliwanga perhaps didn't distribute quickly enough. It might have turned the tables at the death, but it was not to be. And that first half performance by Samoa saw them triumphant at the very end, and so take only their second ever cup final in the IRB Sevens series to add to their victory in Wellington. Another chapter, as I say, is written in the history of the IRB Sevens.
27-22, Samoa are the winners of the Cathay Pacific Credit Suisse Hong Kong Sevens 2007.